Okay, everyone, I apologize I didn't get this announcement video out yesterday. I was having actually issues with my internet, and so I had to get some stuff taken care of there. But I apologize again about that, but things are back up and running, and I will be looking at your film reviews, the rest of your week 6 work over the next couple days. So again, give me till Friday with those bigger papers to get that work in to you, but by Friday at the latest, you'll have grades on those. This week is a much lighter week. This is the lightest week that you will have. And the reason is because I actually want you to start working on your capstone project this week. So the only assignment that you have due this week is a discussion board. There's not even a quiz this week. Your reading is to read the Francis Schaeffer text, the Art in the Bible. That you just have to read the second essay, Some Reflections on Art, which if you have the version I have, it's pages 49 to 95. That might vary if you bought a used version or a different one. Just make sure, usually in the Art in the Bible text, there's 2 essays. One is called Some Reflections on Art. That's the one that I want you to read. So at the very, very, very least, make sure that you read that this week. Because remember that next week, week 8, your work is due on Friday. Your capstone project, it's not due Sunday. So because I need that weekend to grade your work so I can get your final grades in for that Monday the 26th. So let's talk about your discussion board, and then we'll actually talk about the capstone project a little bit. Okay, so you're going to view 2 clips about an artist named Makoto Fujimura, his exhibitions, and you just need to select the links below for those. And then you can explore his website by clicking here. After completing this week's reading from Schaeffer and viewing the artwork, please answer the following questions. So I want you to consider the quote, as a Christian, we know why a work of art has value. Why? First, because a work of art is a work of creativity, and creativity has value because God is the creator. This is actually straight out of Francis Schaeffer. So how could we apply this quote to the work of Makoto Fujimura? Fujimura is a really interesting contemporary artist. He's a Christian artist. He's kind of crossing the boundaries between the secular art world and the quote-unquote Christian art world, trying to break down some of those barriers. He's also a non-representational artist, which I think is quite rare for a, again, quote-unquote Christian artist to be working within that realm of the art world. So question number 2, does an artist like Fujimura change your perspective on Christian art? Why or why not? And number 3, what is the job of a Christian artist? So I want you to give evidence from Schaeffer. So do this after you've read Schaeffer. This is going to help you start to think through a lot of the principles that Schaeffer presents for how to look and analyze a work of art from a Christian perspective. And so this is kind of practicing for your capstone project. So then I want you to comment on at least one of your peers' posts. So do you like Fujimura's art? Why or why not? Again, 2 to 4 sentences in length for each of these questions. You will also be graded on your participation again, so make sure you ask questions and you answer when asked. And that's the only assignment that you have for this week. Again, so if you click here, this should take you directly to Fujimura's website, which looks like this. And go ahead and browse it. Go ahead and look at, if you click on works, it's going to show you his different series that he's done. Really beautiful stuff. And the way he explains it, I think, really helps for those of you who have trouble with the whole non-representational art world. So enjoy that. Okay, and then of course I have here, begin work on your capstone project, so you can find the prompt under the week 8 learning activity. So let's go ahead and hop on over there quickly. So week 8, here we go. And just so you are prepared, you will have a quiz week 8. Your quiz is the only thing that's due different. Your quiz is due Saturday night at midnight. So your capstone project and your final reflection are due Friday night at midnight of next week. Do you know, and I'll talk about this more, that you're going to need to do your course eval before you do your quiz, because we put that in, we submit proof for that. And then we'll talk about your reflection then. But let's go ahead and click on this. This is the PDF for your capstone assignment. And basically, this is a 10 to 12 page paper, so I want to make sure you're prepared for that. So again, this is why I pretty much give you 2 weeks to do this. You only have the discussion board due this week, because I want you to really get a head start on this paper. And this is also why I need that whole weekend to grade your work, because it's going to take me all weekend to get through all those 10 to 12 page papers. In a nutshell, and I will go over this assignment in a lot of detail in the next week's agenda video, but you're going to be choosing 3 of Schaeffer's 11 distinct perspectives to evaluate art from a Christian perspective. They're all listed below. We'll go over these in a little more detail next week. And then you're going to choose examples. You're basically going to be doing case studies. You're going to pick 3 of those perspectives and do a case study for each one of those. Basically, a case study is you're picking an example of that principle and you're describing that principle using that example. That's a very basic way of explaining that to you. So make sure you read through this. I give you pretty detailed instructions of what I expect for this assignment. So read through this in detail. I even give you the MLA and APA style guides linked here and here. In-text citations, proofreading, no first person, all that good stuff. So we'll go over this in more detail next week, but please start working on that now. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions about any of your grades that have already been submitted, make sure you ask me. Make sure you're checking all your feedback. Stay in contact with me, and have a great week, everyone. Enjoy this kind of slower week. Get some work done on your capstone. I promise you it will pay off.